Well, millennials today, they don't like to wait. Heck, they don't even like to move. Everything today is on demand or delivered. Why can't haircuts be the same way? In essence, an Uber for haircuts. Does this already exist? There is a company in New York that does this, but they're starting haircuts $75. We thought we could capture the lower end of that market and make some money. But speaking of market, does a market exist for haircuts? We didn't have to take a look at the numbers very long to understand that there is a market for haircuts. So we developed some hypotheses. First, that college students would want a haircut delivered anytime, anywhere. And that an on-demand stylist or mobile salon could solve this problem. But we were worried that people might be a little apprehensive about letting a stranger into their home with scissors. So we sent out surveys all around Utah, and we found that the biggest pain point in getting a haircut was the wait time. That also, people were worried about the talent of the stylist or getting a consistent cut. I mean, think about it. Do you know when you walk into the salon if your haircut was the valedictorian of their hair school, or were they more of like C's get degrees? So, the main point is here that people want to know how good their haircut's going to be before they get one. So we added that to the canvas and we decided to test it out. We built an MVP and figured that our best form of validation would come from paying customers. So, there's a screen right here. So, what channels can we get these customers from? Well, we decided to build an Instagram and market content towards college students. We built a simple website, and we started doing haircuts in public places, such as outside of the devotional on Tuesdays. And we worked on SEO, so people could easily find us on Google. We added that to the canvas, and we hired a stylist and started a little promotion to get people just to try. The stylist would head to the person's house, lay out a mat to catch the hair, cut the hair, clean up, and leave. After the haircut, we'd send a post-cut survey just to gauge their experience. But we wanted better data, so we sent over 100 in-person interviews, and we found some pretty insightful things. First, that nobody was worried about a stranger coming into their home with scissors, which is pretty good. Next, that 65% of people we interviewed said they would be interested in Hairbnb, which is really good. But as we looked at the data, we found one customer segment that was far above the rest, and that was stay-at-home moms with kids. They answered with 92% affirmation that they would love to use Hairbnb. Of course, it made sense. They weren't focused on getting the haircut delivered on demand, but rather avoiding situations like this. Pretty scary, right? So, what else can they do? They need to get their kids' haircut, so they can hope a neighbor can help, or they can learn to cut hair themselves, or they can just hand the scissors over to the kids and let them take a whack at it. Yes, right? Not ideal. But in all honesty, in all seriousness, there are salons that target kids by making the environment a little bit more comfortable, like cookie cutters here. But that doesn't eliminate the problem of getting to the salon. And what's more comfortable than getting a haircut at your own home? So we added that to the canvas, and we started to make our biggest pivot yet. We stopped focusing as much on college kids and started focusing more on moms. We did this through changing our wording, through changing our photos, and even through reaching out to mommy bloggers. And we found that, we added that to the canvas, but we found that our biggest fans were girls like Tia here. Tia wakes up at 4 a.m. every day. She owns her own dance studio, and she even teaches at that dance studio at 9. Oh yeah, and she also has 4 kids. Going to the salon is a nightmare for her. Literally, she has bad dreams about it. But after using Hairbnb, this is what she had to say. Of over the 60 haircuts we've given, 35 have been ordered from complete strangers. And 79% of those strangers have been moms ordering for their kids. As it turns out, Tia isn't the only one who thinks we're heaven sent. These are real reviews from real moms. But what about the money, cost structure, revenue streams? Well, as far as cost structure, our costs are extremely limited, especially in comparison to physical salons. And even as we expand, our costs will continue to be very, very limited. Revenue streams. We don't pay a stylist until after we get a haircut, and we only take 30% of that cut. By exchanging a physical salon for a digital marketplace, we're actually able to make stylists more money and charge a cheaper price for the haircut. What about key metrics and unfair advantage? Well, as for unfair advantage, we haven't thought of anything yet. But for key metrics, people have been getting haircuts for a long time. And when we say long time, we mean a long time. It's not a matter of whether people are going to get haircuts, but rather where they're going to get their haircut. So we added that to the canvas. It might seem like we have this all figured out, like we have the perfect business. But in all honesty, we feel like we're on the right path, but there's still a lot for us to improve on. For instance, with only one stylist, we're limited in the times we can book haircuts, and people have even had to wait a day between haircuts. But we imagine a marketplace where users can hop on at any time and find dozens of stylists in their area, and make sure they avoid that C degrees and get that valedictorian. We also imagine where you can store your haircut preference, so you can always get a consistent cut. Whether it's here in Utah or in Cincinnati, you'll be able to get that same haircut. We also thought about other segments. Elderly people who have a hard time leaving their home. Or busy business people who an hour out of the office is the opportunity cost of hundreds of dollars. And not just new customer segments, but new services. Manicures, pedicures, blowouts, waxes, those little fish that nibble on your feet. Whatever you think about, we can do it in their home. We have also thought about apartment complex cuts, neighborhood cuts. But right now we're putting all that to the side. We're focusing on what we feel is our core business model, which is haircuts. Because getting a haircut has been a nuisance for hundreds of years. It's a chore. Hairbnb hopes to free people from that chore so they can focus on the things that really matter. Thank you.